Alright, hi everyone, it's Leanne. It's May the 3rd, and I'm back on the Wilkeep Creek. I'm farther north from where I left off on the weekend, just about 100 meters or so, and I've just come to this smashed out remnants of the former civilization that was here before the X Factor event. And once again we have some manhole covers, some sewer openings sitting seemingly way too high. I mean, I don't know who designs these things, but it seems to be in the middle of this nowhere place. And there are homes back there. I'm sure it's all connected, but it makes me think that the ground around it dustified, leaving those standing there. I could be wrong, who knows. Old world piping, but check this out. Can you see? There's the, I've learned, hi ducks. I've learned that these are called gabions, I think. Caged brick. There's modern versions where they cage limestone for retaining walls. Like, I get it, but I think this is old world gabions, however you pronounce it. We've got old world piping here. Okay, just a smashed up piece of former building. Okay, old piping just littered here, and look what we have right here. Beautiful, nice brick. And this is just more of the same that I've been finding downstream. And if you follow the Gambian retaining wall, it's all dustified, it's all covered over with the ground. It disappears on that side, but just looking up the shoreline here, this is all blown out here. It continues. These Gambians continue right there. This is completely out of sight from the main trail. And again, very shortly, this is all going to be greened in, and nobody would have any clue that this was here. But let's walk up here and see what we can find. All right, this continues to fit the pattern of what I've been finding. This is all blown out, dustified on each side. Remnants of the former structures, and then these Gabion fencing bricked bundles start up again. And the other side is completely cooked out. And it's tiered like they all are, set in on an angle, which I get, but I do believe that this is not New World, this is not recent. I was reading the history of Taylor Creek, that I found so many of these and made about an hour's worth of videos or more. And official history, though there's very little information on these things, say that these were laid in here in the 60s, or certainly in Taylor Creek, back in the 60s, and like 65. But then when you compare the age of the trees growing out of them, it doesn't add up. It just doesn't make sense. So I believe that that's just a story. It's just a bunch of bullocks. And they just try to cover up the fact. And I think that the modern day companies who make these retaining walls, Gabions, are just using former technology of the old world. Okay, getting the ideas and the inspiration and recreating the technology and the uses. I mean, everything here is brick. Everything is squared off. This is a smashed up world. It's completely blown out. All of these. I'm sorry, it's so bouncy. Yeah. Yeah, I believe this is all heated, melted brick. And this wall continues all the way down to this. It looks super shiny up there. I'll take a look. Alright, I've just walked down this section. I've been looking for classic red brick, orange brick in the cage, and I haven't found one. But I found some farther downstream the other day, which is included in one of the former sections of this video. I'm sure if I had more time, I'd be able to find evidence of blended bricks in this pebbled out brick crete. Anyway, this old wall, retaining wall, continues up here, and then it continues up there on the other side. You can see where there is none, it's all blown out. Okay? Just like everywhere else we've seen, there's chunks of brick littered everywhere throughout here. Squared pieces, rectangular prisms, like it's everywhere. Alright, here's a piece of brick in the cage. small piece, but enough to show you. Alright, here's another great example of transition. So on this side of the river, it was all blown out. Then we've got these balloon rocks. Okay, you can actually see the edges still of these rocks, and then they become like boulders. They're boulderized. Okay, and then boom, the cage starts up again. And this is what I'm presently standing on, and then it continues on this side. Oh, we got an old world system coming up. And it continues on the other side. It's still very blocky, and then they kind of snowball, and then it ends again. There's another perfect transition where there's massive boulder balloon rocks. Let's go take a look up there. Always looking for the lonely brick that gives it all away. So here's the snowball brick still in the cages, and then boom, things balloonify. We've got the boulders, and these are more smashed out. And here, this is old world piping, I believe. I believe this all would have been brick, which is pebbleized. You can see the green gabion, however you pronounce it. I'm standing on right here. There's 2 tiers. There's a brick shoved and stuck right in the cage right there. Red brick, just a chunk of it. I mean, this is all brick. I know that all of you watching can see that. And then this gabion just disappears into the dirt, into the ground. Right. And they say these things were built like in the 60s. Bull fucking shit. Not a chance. Not a chance. There's no logic to the decisions and the placements of these. Anyway, we know when they start up again. Just this little section there. Let's go take a look there. All this caging is just, everything's melted in it and dustified, leaving the fence. Who knows how old this is? Alright, this really is something. It's incredible. The curvature of these walls, retaining walls, and the solidity placement along this creek is incredible. And then boom, we have this going on, transition point, and then continues blown out on that side. This whole side I'm standing on, this gabion here, ends complete balloon blowout. Looks like I might continue up there, but the trail goes up here. Let's go see what I can see. Alright, it really blows out here. It's difficult to see much going on further up. The trail goes up this way and it's fenced off and it's really thick. I'm gonna have to come back when I've got more time. I have to get back to work. But you can just see the extent of blowout here, or ballooning, as the bricks melted, leaving one huge boulder, that's for sure. And this looks like it's sunken in. I wouldn't be surprised if there's an old world piping coming out there. Something's going on there. Alright, this is it for now. Take care.